This is my review of One Piece. Okay, so basically after Luffy smashed the entire fin, Gin realized that Sanji wasn't going to give up and give in. Decides to fight Sanji himself, and they basically fight each other to a standpoint. Because, on the one hand, Sanji is too injured to move between the attacks from Gin and Pearl, and is unable to fight any longer, and is eventually pinned down by Gin, but Gin is unable to bring himself to kill the one person in the entire world who showed him kindness. So, they kind of fight each other to a standstill. And it's at this point where Don Krieg gets kind of pissed and tries to launch a poison gas bomb at Luffy and company because he believes Gin has betrayed him, because he showed weakness because of emotion, which isn't a sign of weakness, but in Krieg's mind it is. So, after Luffy realizes what's going to happen, tries to make a run for him and tries to kick his ass twice, fails because he can't even get close to Don Krieg because of Don Krieg's weaponry, and can only sit and watch as Sanji gets his ass handed to him by Gin. And then everybody basically pulls out a gas mask and everybody has to dive under the water to avoid the gas. And Luffy is pretty much the only one who isn't able to get a gas mask in time and has to take the full force of it. But it's clear that Sanji and Gin have an interesting relationship. As while Gin does admire Don Krieg to a fault, he wasn't able to bring himself to kill the one person who brought him kindness. So, in Don Krieg's mind, he was a failure and is weak and needed to be exterminated, I guess. And Don Krieg is definitely a formidable foe, because he is able to basically hold off Luffy from a distance, which isn't an easy task, because Luffy's attacks have a lot of range because of his power, because of his Devil Fruit, but even then he's still unable to get even close to our old pal Don Krieg. So this is gonna be interesting to see how the two actually face off. And there's also the fact that Gin is known for being the merciless demon and is actually revealed to be the commander of the fleet. So he's definitely a dangerous foe to be sure. And he does have basically nice sex with giant balls of metal on the ends of them, which are basically giant like billy clubs with balls on the end of them, which is what makes him so dangerous. So, yeah, he's definitely a formidable foe, but he was fought to a standpoint by Sanji, who, despite being unable to move, was basically spared by Gin, who wasn't able to kill the one person who showed him any kindness. Because kindness is kind of a virtue, I guess. Because he wasn't really shown kindness, and he couldn't bring himself to kill his one and only friend. So it's definitely interesting. Oh, and Don Krieg definitely has an idea about how people shouldn't get riled up because of their emotions, or they're going to wind up regretting it. And Luffy is able to rile a lot of his pirates up, but Don Krieg dismisses them. And when Luffy realizes that Sanji was going to put his neck on the line for the ship, he realized the best way to save them was to, well, destroy the ship, which he wasn't actually going to do, but he does claim that he was doing it to lure Gin out, which worked, but I don't think that's what Luffy was actually trying to do. And Gin is definitely powerful. He was able to defeat Pearl in one punch, so he's definitely no slouch. He could definitely handle quite a few people on his own. But the thing about Luffy is that he and Sanji kind of butted heads about why Sanji wanted to die. Luffy points out that Sanji shouldn't just stick his neck on the line for somebody without actually trying. and points out that the best way to repay somebody's kindness is to actually fight to defend their pirate ship or whatever. So they basically butt heads over that for like a good half of the episode. But yeah, Gin is definitely going to regret messing with Dawn Creek, I guess, because he didn't exactly live up to what Dawn Creek's standards were. But Dawn Creek did admire that he still kept his pride up until the very end, so who knows? But he and Sanji at the very least will be alive because Luffy was able to grab 2 gas masks before everybody went underwater and the poison just went everywhere. But Luffy's without a gas mask, so definitely something's gonna happen to him. But who knows? We really don't know. We'll see. We'll see next week. But for right now, I don't really know what else to say about this episode except for the fact that it mainly showcased the side of Gin's character that we probably won't see again, because Gin is probably going to be a one-off character and we'll never see him again. So yeah, that's mainly what this episode did. It just showed a side of Gin's character that we're probably never going to see again. So yeah, if you guys did indeed enjoy this episode of One Piece, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did indeed enjoy it, then be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below, and also check out my Patreon in the description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month, and I appreciate you checking that out and pledging money to me because it helps me make future projects like this one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!